Steve. "What's his name?" she asks. "Nathan. I really like him, Fay," says Katie. "It's electric." Electric. This isn't a word Fay has ever heard Katie use before. Maybe she picked it up from Nathan, but it's a description that doesn't lie. When she starts saying that she can't get enough of him, her voice is so lit with excitement, Fay feels weirdly put out. She doesn't think she's jealous, but it's hard not to feel sidelined by Katie's breathless commentary. "How long has it been going on?" she cuts in. 5 months. 5 months? Bloody hell. Fay gets up and opens the cupboard above the oven. Reaching up, she rummages around for the pack of cigarettes and lighter she keeps hidden behind the baking trays. She's not a regular smoker. This pack is probably 6 months old, and the tobacco feels a bit crispy, but it's the right time for one. "I can't believe you kept it to yourself for that long," she says, putting a cigarette between her lips. At least once a fortnight, Fay and Katie go to the cinema or swim lengths at the leisure centre pool. They WhatsApp each other several times a week. At weekends, they might walk Katie's dogs across the local fields, sometimes for hours on end. It seems unbelievable that Fay didn't even have an inkling. "Are you hurt I didn't tell you?" "It's not about me." Fay takes a puff. "So it started after Matt quit his job?" Katie nods. Almost 10 months ago, just after his 40th birthday, Matt left his job as a mortgage broker to give his songwriting one last push. "Now or never, guys," he kept saying. He didn't need to convince Fay. She turned 40 the year before last. Although she threw a phenomenal party, an unexpected sorrow about getting older came over her that she hasn't yet fully shaken off. "It's hard to support him," says Katie through tears. "He wants so much from me." Matt used to complain regularly about his job, but now this has translated into regular anxiety over his decision to quit. He speaks a lot about how he's in touch with different record labels, but it always sounds like an apology, as if deep down he knows success will never come. At dinner, Katie talked about all the baking he's been doing. Yesterday he made mini Victoria sponges, the size of muffins. She laughed as she was talking, calling him Matt Berry, but it was a contemptuous laugh, and Matt stayed quiet the whole time. "I didn't mean him to find out like this," she moans. "Don't judge me." Fay puts her arm around Katie's shoulders and pulls her close. "Don't be daft." Fay has been with Steve for 22 years. She understands what it's like to love the bones of a person, yet for your heart to feel like it might suffocate under the familiarity. "You get it, don't you?" Katie glances sideways at her. "I mean, you fantasized too. There was that guy from your spin class." "Yeah, that was just a silly crush, though." "You said you couldn't get him out of your head." "Okay." Fay gets to her feet and stubs out the cigarette on a dirty plate in the sink. It's obvious where this conversation is heading. Katie needs a co-conspirator. She wants to make herself feel better by making Fay feel bad, just because Fay confided in her that she really fancied Reuben, a man who showed up at her spin class a few times, to the extent that for several weeks she got into the habit of conjuring up his imaginary presence alongside her, watching her while she went about her day. She opens up the door. "Stay there. I'm going to check on the boys." With the hallway and porch light on, the downstairs is flooded with brightness, which ramps up the drama. Fay picks up coats that have fallen from pegs in the tussle and turns off the lights. Steve is outside, encouraging Matt down the path towards the taxi, but Matt keeps turning to the house. "Let me come back in," Fay hears him say as she stands on the step shivering. "No chance. Go on, go home," says Steve, as the chill of the night makes Fay turn around and head inside. "It's all kicking off, isn't it?" She looks up to where their 19-year-old son, Billy, is hanging over the upstairs landing, amused at this unexpected act.